Sex on Toast, the legendary group of musical misfits, are celebrating their 16th anniversary as mainstays on the Melbourne live music scene.
Well, I've actually only, I think I've really heard of them. I definitely know the name, like their names. I've seen many a poster. Are they like that band? There's lots of them. They're sort of like the Cat Empire, but like with herpes.
First time I encountered the Sex on Toast was at the Evelyn Hotel around about 10 years ago, maybe. It was all sweaty and just kind of repulsive, but great.
I think Sex on Toast deliver a certain type of sound, a frequency, if you will, which kind of is urban and a little bit, what's the word?
No, I do know who they are. That's the one with the lead singer that looks a bit wrong town, like just a little weird. Yeah, he kind of looks like a rat. Is it the band with the rat singer?
The only thing is I have a bit of an aversion to spit or sperm, so the thought of Sex on Toast is not necessarily my favourite food. However, the music, when I'm listening to it, sort of erases the thought that this has anything to do with spit or sperm, and that's a good thing.
I mean, it's not really my thing, but I've heard they're good at that thing, whatever that is. Respect.
10 years ago, I made a short film about the band and decided to check back in with the lead singer, band leader and main creative, Angus Leslie, ahead of their upcoming Greatest Hits tour to see what they've been up to and what the future holds.
I mean, there's dread, there's dread and there's excitement too, because, you know, occasionally you have a fantastic show. I mean, and we've had great time on the road. I mean, we make each other laugh. You know, we're like a 8 to 10 way marriage.
And it's that marriage that's endured, from the band's humble beginnings as a high school band to a successful musical institution. Spending time in the studio, I couldn't help but wonder how anything gets made. Chaos reigns supreme, and it's at the heart of Sex on Toast HQ.
I can't clean this space. It cannot be cleaned. I know it's kind of hard to get around it, but it's, artists come in who I'm producing. You know, they come in and they tell me that I need, they say, hey, you should clean it up. And I say, no, because the magic, hang on, just put that back, please. The magic is in that it is kind of the shambles of it, We've got some woodwind stuff. We've got these old speakers that used to be plug into my PC. This is part of a. Oh, okay. They're actually my dad's really, really huge underwear. I don't know. It's decorative, but it's sort of like. God damn.
How do you find balancing those personalities, some of which you've been associated with for an extremely long time?
10 years plus, some of them, yeah. Some of them. I think, some 15. But, I mean, I can tell you about all of them. I mean, like James Bowers has always dreamed of being a jeweller.
I've never once entertained the idea of being a jeweller. If anything, nothing would make me more unhappy than becoming a jeweller. The thought of even being near jewellery makes me physically ill to my stomach, and that Angus would even mention that, knowing full well I feel this way, is disrespectful.
And you learn these things about people. I mean, Nick Peach is an absolutely brilliant chef, and he just throws the wildest dinner parties. Those dinner parties he has, it's like we feel, when we get there, it's like we feel like we're high society.
The food's terrific, the wine is always to die for, and the sex is just terrific as well. It's really, really good. He's a very generous man in all facets of the word.
So when you say the sex, do you mean a swingers party?
It's an orgy. It's a fully blown orgy. To be honest, I think he only got good at cooking so he could invite people around and have his way with them. Which he does, to great success. Because
it's a family. We are a family, kind of like the Addams family. And who's Uncle Fester, you know? I love Uncle Fester. So I get lost a little bit in that. Get lost in that kind of stuff. Yeah, some photos up here. I mean, you know, I could decorate it a little better, but this is, I mean, it's Captain Beefheart, big Captain Beefheart fan, Spotlight Kid, and you know, some Marvin Gaye and Umlaut. It's a record I made in here, and you know, over here it's just some pictures of my son. I mean, he was kind of like a musical prodigy from a pretty early age.
Tell us more about your son. I didn't know you had a son.
Yeah, he was taken away from me. I don't know. I think he might be in Amel and the Sniffers or something. I think he might be the drummer of that. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Maybe I'll see him again someday. You know, the reunions like that do happen. You know, and I hope he doesn't hold against me. But
it's all coming together. I reckon that the minute we get tax back is the minute we're loving it, because really, these figures...
Sex on Toast have recently signed with Big Spender Management, a husband and wife artist management team helmed by Australian music industry legend Trent Alexander.
Look, it's been about 2 years, bit of a labour of love. I started off with my passion. My passion project was the Moreland City Jug Band, but moved on to Sex on Toast. My favourite thing's crunching numbers, which is what I do in the office every day. Try to get things happening. But you know, I just sort of met the love of my life, and she came in and gave me a bit of a hand with everything that I had to do in the office. But yeah, I mean, she's kind of loaded, so I probably don't even need to do this job. I just love music. A few strategies that may work. First one, new lighting for the band.
Okay. There's what do you mean? We bring a lighting rig?
Just different than the usual lighting. Second idea, best idea, is the idea of playing Big Day Out.
Big Day Out.
Big Day Out.
Big Day Out has not existed for quite a while.
I mean, you gotta realise, like, in this industry, tours are tours, mate. Like, could be good, could be worse than the last one. You just gotta realise that, you know, things happen. I don't think it's like my personal life that's inflicted on the tours, if that's what you're implying. No.
Things haven't always been smooth sailing for this tight-knit 10-person family of musicians. When I last visited Angus, he was struggling with alcohol, ego, and other occupational hazards.
Those are the kind of shenanigans that Angus Leslie gets up to. I believe that was one of our first shows in Sydney, and Sex on Toast came up to support, and frontman Angus Leslie grabbed a photographer by the jaw and touched a nerve in his face that caused him to lose his very particular sense of smell.
I feel ashamed, you know. I mean, I was a different person back then, you know. I feel a lot more peaceful in my soul, you know. The demons were blackening my heart. I look at it with, I guess, with shame, but also with great pride at how far I've come.
I feel like we could take over this band and write anything that we wanted, and it wouldn't matter if this dude was involved or not. And half the time he's not fucking involved anyway. He's off in the corner drinking goon. It's just like,
I did have an alcohol problem at this stage.
Oh, well, wait, don't tell me what to do. I'm a fucking musician. You're a fucking worm!
Did you want to talk about the intervention that happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like something that people don't talk about much, is like that sort of like momentary alcoholism, you know. I mean, I was an alcoholic for 1 week. 1 week. and it's like it's trivialized because it's like they think it's not like actual addiction, but it was. Like I every day that week I just I had a couple of rums and I got pretty tipsy. I mean, I guess I wasn't that drunk, but I was pretty drunk most days.
I wasn't there, but from what I heard from Louis King, he said one day he got suspended from school after having a conversation with Angus because he got drunk just from his breath. Like, that's how bad it was.
Yes, it's true. I was there that week. I actually smelt Angus's breath in the schoolyard at lunchtime, and Mr. Buzios is he's a very sensitive man. He's got a very sensitive sense of smell. He could smell me a mile off. Came charging down the corridor. He's very athletic, and he said, "Lewis, you've been drinking again," and suspended.
But he kicked it cold turkey. After 1 week, he never drank again. When you see him up on stage sipping on those drinks, they're not alcoholic. Never. He doesn't drink.
In 2015, the band was surprised with the runaway success of the throwback track, the ever-popular and catchy single, Oh Loretta.
I do know that song. Yeah, they have that one song. Yeah, I know that song.
But the popularity of the song has been a double-edged sword, despite it being one of their greatest hits.
It's a stigma, really, is what it is. We can't get through a gig now without people screaming "Oh Loretta" and people throwing Molotov cocktails on stage. It's a fucking shit show, actually, to be honest.
We get cover versions sent to us daily. We find these bands that cover it. I think, it's both a blessing and a curse, because it is one of our most popular songs, but then, we'll play shows where, play it again. We've just played it. We played it. That was our last song that we just played. We'll have to play it again. We've had shows where we've had to play that song 15 times.
20. We've played it 20 times in a row, just once after another. And if anyone says, "Oh Loretta," we will stop what we're playing and we'll just keep playing "Oh Loretta." So we were doing our hit song "Doubt," and someone yelled "Oh Loretta." We stopped. It was sort of at the bit where there's a nice little clavinet break that I was playing. Someone yelled "Oh Loretta," and of course we all stopped. I went to the boop 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 boop, and it was perfect. It was the best we've ever played "Oh Loretta."
But I mean, that's what you got to do. You've got to be a slave to the audience. You got to do what they want. And actually, we're in fucking Benalla. We're playing in Benalla, and they're asking us to play it for the 15th time. And I'm just playing my guitar. I'm like, I'm sick of this goddamn song. I wish I never wrote that fucking song. I wish I never fucking wrote that song. But I wrote it, and now that's all people can think about.
Like that kind of thing? Do you understand? But just loot.
Found fine silver, brother Tuckett.
In the lead up to the national tour, James and Angus are busy working on a new track.
The mighty shivering oldest orc. We need it to be succinct. We need it to be powerful. Yeah. Come on, you're charging yourself up now. This is what happens when you charge yourself up. All right, let's go.
Crafting hits proves harder for Angus and James than they realised. The songwriting process isn't always an easy one, but it's what's required to create the magic. Gary Pilopsos was Sex on Toast's longtime manager and friend, an eccentric, spiritual force whose influence in this era of the band's career was undeniable.
When I say Gary's name to you, what images conjure up for you? What feelings do you feel when you think about Gary?
Gary was just like a shaman. It's like he managed to diffuse any situation. I mean, there were situations he'd created, but he could always diffuse them, you know, which is admirable. I mean, it's a sore spot. I mean, Gary passed away in 2013 in the Himalayas. They never found him. They never found him. Someone saw the fall. He fell off a massive fucking cliff. They never found his corpse. They never found his body.
I mean, it was sad to lose Gary. It was really sad. He actually lived with me for a period of time. He lived under my bed, and he used to perform healings on me every night, and he got me through a very, very difficult period in my life.
The narrative about Gary now is that he was this gun manager, he did everything right. You've got to think about, though, when you talk about music industry, is Gary the guy to go to? Well, RIP, but really, he was a socialist bastard, all right? You've got to think about, if we today were living in Gary's world, most people would be eating out of a garbage bin, mate.
It's really fucking hard, you know.
You sang quite beautifully at his funeral.
Well,
his favourite track, Uptown Girl.
What was I supposed to do? He was one of my best friends. And the way that he would just like smile at us as we were playing, you know. He got us that gig at the Oakley Super Shopping Mall. And he was just standing beaming, you know. Uptown girl, she be living in an uptown girl. She be living in an uptown world. She be living in an uptown world. Rest in peace, Gary.
Sex on Toast have an intensive rehearsal process, sometimes sessions lasting as long as 14 hours, all to aid the explosive live shows that have made them a name both here in Melbourne and around the world.
If it's 4-part and that voicing is good, yeah. Which one are you?
It's the time of the season.
I don't know if that one needs to be there. You could just not sing there.
Okay.
Or do it.
I could do yours down the octave.
Makes sense.
Angus is unsure about how some of the newer members of the ensemble are working out.
Yeah, but it's no, we can't.
He's not cutting it?
Yeah, he's not cutting it, is he? Listen, look at this. I'm still wearing these.
Right.
I'm like traumatized from the sounds of his, what do they call the cymbals?
I think it's like just dead animals, farm animals, stuff like that.
But like he's not cutting it. We can't pay him.
We shouldn't pay him.
If he's playing like that. Yeah, Schniel's not sounding very good.
We were talking about you.
talking about Schniel.
No, we were talking about you.
What?
You sound bad on the...
Yeah.
It's like, oh, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounding good, boys?
So, yeah.
Sounding good?
She was wondering... 1 out. She was wondering if she...
What,
1 out. Yeah. I'll have a squeeze.
What do you reckon about
just,
the...
If we can just crack the code as to why she would... Like, why would she write to you? It doesn't make sense. I used to live with her. You know Luke? Luke Saunders? Yeah.
Really? That's all I know. It's like a part of that.
It's the day of the gig, and it's the first opportunity to see if husband and wife management team, Lorelei and Trent, have made the grade.
Hey, how are we going? Has everyone loaded in? Because I'm more strict than the venue, mate. You're saying that we're playing right here. Is that what you're both saying? It's going to be intimate. You booked it. Yeah, you booked it. Yes. Listen, you need to fix this right now. You need to fix it right now. Right. You're going to Warehouse Down right now. And you're going to hire a professional system in the next 2 hours. In the next 2 hours. I'll give him a ring.
With only 2 hours until showtime, it remains unclear whether Big Spender management will fulfil their managerial duties.
Like for this gig tonight, I think it'd be really lovely if everyone wore a tie. Because if you, well, one moment, but because the thing is, look, Trent, the thing is, ties. We don't want to wear the tie.
I want to wear a tie.
It matches you.
It does actually.
Thing is, I got you guys in
don't
stage.
be agreeable.
I rang up, I got the stage.
Trent,
I reckon on the stage you look nice with a tie.
What do ties do? They constrict. It's like a noose. I'm a creative. You need to let me run free.
I just had this idea about ties. Listen. We can't just change the look now because you have one tie. We can't all wear this one tie. We can't wear a whole, like every member of the band with the one tie. We can't share the tie through the whole fucking. Look, I don't want to get angry again. I really appreciate you pulling the PA together at such short notice.
And the stage.
You got it all together at Warehouse Sound. I really appreciate that you did it. Sorry, I don't want to do this to rhythm. I know we've been doing this a lot. I know but I wanted to talk to you about this. This is the rider. So how is this the rider?
For all of you.
You organize. Okay, you
It's
drank.
40%.
You drank. Excuse me. You drank this. You drank all of this.
I got a bit nervous about the stage. So
There's all these sailors around. I still don't understand what the gig is. Tiaryn said I need to be more gracious, show more gratitude to the people in my life.
Upside down.
I got you the rider. I got you the stage. Wear the tie.
You drank it. I'll drink it. I'll drink the
I was
rest.
nervous about the stage.
I know. I can't go back to that week. I can't go back to that 1 week. That 1 week.
Think about that week. Louis King is suspension.
All right, I'll wear the fucking tie. I'll wear the tie. You ready? Show me how to tie a tie.
He's gonna look like a fucking businessman.
Get around. Get. They're waiting for us. They're cheering.
The show was a runaway success, and the band and its leader now feel primed and ready to embark on 2019's The Greatest Hits Tour, coming soon to a city near you.
Oh, they're actually going on tour, is that what you're saying? Yeah, great. Oh, well, good luck to Sex on Toast for being on tour and, smashing it. They will be only one of their kind in the country doing that sound.
That's good that they're having a go. Like, you've got to be in it to win it. You've just got to have a go. Good luck.
16 years. 16 years and we're going on the road again. Who'd have thunk it, From a small time, Princes Hill Secondary College band to, stages from, Benalla to Belgrave.
Well, Sex on Toast has been such a big part of my musical life, and I really can't thank Angus and the rest of the... sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Do you mind if I take this? Hello, Louis King. Oh, g'day, John. Sorry, it's John Butler. Yeah. Sounds unbelievable. No, I mean, John, I'm a big fan, first of all. I mean, it's so nice of you to even consider me for this role.
What do you see for the future for Sex on Toast?
It's hard for me to say because I've actually never played with Sex on Toast. I'm not even a musician. This is an elaborate ruse. I'm sorry to have wasted everyone's time.